couple. Colin Renner got in touch. He went, Rhino score first. Tick. Rhino's still in front at half time. Tick. Big score for one team in the second half. Tick. And for once, that big score is for Leeds. And Bob Phillips got in touch with us and said, phew. And the Ablett try shows the sheer Rugby League class and skill of the Super League pod. Best second rower of 2006. He's a funny guy, Bob. Catch ball, ignore tackler, put down.
It was literally put through a gap. It was good dummy half play from Seguin.
Yeah, fair play. Okay, Lee Centurions took on London down at the Lee Sports Village, and it was ever so close to being a bit of a London fireback, wasn't it? 34 points to 30 in favour of the Centurions in a game that saw exactly in a game that saw. Am I right? Did I read this right? Jamie Soward started a fight with people.
Well, I've not seen the highlights.
No,
of this game
me neither.
yet, but what I think happened is Greg Worthington threw a bit of a rough shot in there that Soward reacted to, and then Worthington reacted back.
Right.
This all happened right at the start of the London resurgence. Both teams then went down to 12 men as Soward and Worthington were sent off. I think Worthington's on a grade C.
Right.
Soward's on a grade A. So Soward won't miss a game, I wouldn't imagine. Because he's got an illegal plea. So, yeah, that's probably the big talking. But that happened on about 64-ish minutes, off the top of my head. And then Happy Periwangi scored a couple of tries. Got London right back into it, just not quite enough. But yeah, this was the biggest game, I think, of the qualifiers. Most significant, and apart from looking forward to any game Huddersfield plays at the moment.
Yeah.
But this was the most significant between the two full-side championship sides that have come up into it. Big say on, Lee now are in a potential situation to beat a Super League club and get to a top 4 spot, a top 3 spot even potentially, whereas London now really have to win and hope to pick up a scalp over one of the Super League clubs to finish in maybe 5th position. Is the best they can hope for, unfortunately. But you sort of see that's how it might work out. So big win for the Lee Centurions.
Yeah, absolutely. Any stats on this one?
Yeah, we did. Matty Dawson's found his level.
You don't really like him, do you?
2 tries, 6 tackles, 104 metres and 2 clean breaks for the former Stain. Gareth Hock, 110 metres for him. Mitch Brown on his debut, I believe, fullback, 2 tries, 2 clean breaks for the former Shark.
Taken to Mitch Brown town.
Okay. For the London Broncos, Captain Daniel Harrison with a try, 2 tries, 44 tackles, 101 metres, 4 successful offloads in an impressive all-round performance by the back row, because Jack Boosie with 1 try assist, 6 tackles, 140 metres, 3 clean breaks, and Matt Garside 5 tackles, 107 metres, 4 successful offloads make up their stats men.
Nice to see Matt Garside doing something other than post pictures of himself at bars on Twitter. Does a lot of that if you follow him on Twitter.
No, I don't.
He goes to a lot of bars.
Well, he's loving the London life,
Puts
isn't he?
a lot of pictures up there. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we got some tweets on this one, particularly from Chris Macy, who said, so chuffing close. Gutted, but at the same time immensely proud that we didn't just roll over. We've got some fight in us. I have to take back what I just said about Matt Garside. I mean Matt Sarsfield from Halifax, right. Not Matt Garside from London. It's the other Matt. Okay. What a tip. Okay, I've not even watched any Rugby League this weekend. You think I'd at least have the good grace to get the right guy. Salford took on Huddersfield in the old Super League tie, and it was the Red Devils that came out on top, 34 points to 12, Mark.
Yeah, they bossed this one from all accounts, following along on social media yesterday. Not seen any of the highlights yet, other than the brief clip of Danny Brough dropping an elbow on Logan Tompkins.
Bastard, yeah.
He's been charged a grade C for that, so you'd expect him probably to miss the 3 games, because it won't be his first charge this year, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
In fact, I know it's not, because he's had a ban already. So probably get the full 3 games. Lucky at that, I think, because it was totally intentional and nasty. C was the bottom possible grade for the type of offence he committed, and off the ball, intentional elbow.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, they'd probably give it reckless to get him a grade C, actually, and I think that's
still quite lenient.
I think it is being lenient. I think it was completely unnecessary from what I've seen. I've not seen any of the builds, so I don't know actually if Logan Tompkins did something. I think it was Logan Tompkins. Did something to instigate it, but it just looked like they were involved in a sort of scuffle for a ball that came out, and then he.
Yeah. Well, the ball goes to convicted spousal abuser Robert Louis. And he's running through the screen with the ball at the time that Danny Brough And it's not like he even falls on him. He does strike him with the elbow. It's got that UFC look to it. Utter scummy stuff.
I would say so. But on the positive spin side of that, we said 34-12, haven't we? And a lot of that 34 came through Mason Caton-Brown. His second hat-trick in 3 games. He's really enjoying a spot on the wing. 3 tries, 109 metres, 2 clean breaks for him. Junior Sau and Justin Carney both went over 110 metres as well. So you'd suggest a strong performance from the Salford backs. I actually read quite a lot of good things about the Salford pack too. Griffin had a try. Burgess apparently showed like a cut above some of the other players with his sort of NRL wave. Felipe Mateo, I think, set up a try. Ben Masila scored a try. So strong performance throughout the pack.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think you're going to see that from Salford in this portion of the year anyway, just because of the quality that they do have, and it's not this group of players' fault that they're in that position, is it really?
Yeah, so exactly.
I think you might well see Salford do very well. We even got some feedback on this
Gene
one.
Ormsby ran for 122 metres for Huddersfield, so
all wingers and outside backs making
not being held back by a terrible haircut.
No, he's not. Okay, Wilco 2205. That's his PIN number if you ever meet him. He got in touch. He said, "Please, someone make it stop." I figure he's a Huddersfield fan.
Yeah, it's Mark with the biscuits.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Right, final game of the middle eights then saw Hull KR taking on Batley over in East Hull, and as I expected, despite Hull KR's capitulation against Championship opposition earlier in the season, they were 58 points to 18 winners over the plucky Bulldogs.
Yeah, from what I've read, all the stars turned up that were on the field for Hull KR. Albert Kelly, against the lesser opposition, ran the show. Very much like what happened last year for Hull KR. It looks like they're saving themselves for the qualifiers when the real razzle dazzle gets brought out. But they have no individual stats on the website. But I do know that Thomas Mins scored me well again in the dream team because he got 3 tries, and James Greenwood turning into a bit of a try threat, trying to match up with his brother because he's grabbed himself 2 tries there. Now he's sort of settled in as a second rower. So positive for him. Someone who's committed to Hull KR recently as well. So yeah.
Congratulations. Okay, into the Championship Shield then. Bradford secured their place in the semi-finals of... Well, they did of the Championship Shield with a 46 points to 18 victory up in Whitehaven. They need one more point for a home semi-final. Dewsbury Rams beat Swinton 36 points to 24. Halifax were beaten at home by the Sheffield Eagles 48 points to 28.
Can I just interject?
Of course.
Well done to Sheffield in that game, but there was a bit of glory for Halifax this weekend as their wheelchair side retained the Wheelchair Challenge Cup.
Fantastic, congratulations to them. And the final game in the Championship Shield this weekend saw Oldham defeat Workington by 30 points to 16. Into the League One Super 8s, Hunslet were beaten 24 points to 36 by Doncaster. York beaten at home 6 points to 20 by the Barrow Raiders. And Rochdale were 18 points to 4 winners over the Keighley Cougars. League One Shield time now. It was Coventry 14, South Wales Scorpions 18.
Yeah, big win for South Wales actually. They don't win.
A great result, isn't it?
They've not won too many games in the last 2 or 3 years. On the road against a Bears side that were looking like the stronger of the newer clubs in that bottom bit in the Shield, League One Shield, but good effort. Yeah,
absolutely. And Oxford were 46 points to 10 winners over Hemel. We got some feedback on this one, Mark, if you'd care to furnish us with that.
Tim G Radio, the ground announcer for Oxford, as we know, it said, great for the boys to get a record win today and the first back-to-back win for over a year. Middle unit defence was fantastic and both nines gave great service. A hat-trick for Kitson and a run from Igbingdinian. That jumped upon me.
Less than a rugby league player, more of a Dr. Sayers character, but okay.
Which will see him chucked out of the front row union. Also really pleased to see the flip-flop cash in with a try too.
There you go.
Obviously some in jokes there that I don't get, but Ollie Smith is a man who might get them.
Who's the flip-flop, I wonder?
I don't know. And he said, must be the most complete performance I've ever seen from the Blues today. Our middle was very strong and dominated the Hemel Pack. Some classy team tries, scored 2. Roll on next week.
Fantastic. And the final game in the League One Shield saw Newcastle beat North Wales by 30 points to 14.
Yeah, a likely dress rehearsal for the League One Shield final. So Newcastle got the upper hand so far there.
Fantastic. NRL round 21 was women in league rounds, and the first game of the weekend saw the Dragons defeated at home 8 points to 12 by the Broncos. Any English involvement in this one, Mark?
Yeah, Widdop, I've got down he scored a try. I don't know if he scored a try or made a try assist. I can't remember if I've written that down right, but he had an involvement. And also Cooper and McCarthy played in the pack. Cooper made 139 metres, McCarthy made 105.
It was low-scoring fair as the Parramatta Eels defeated the Manly Sea Eagles by 10 points to 9.
Yeah, going for like... Daly Taylor-Evans scored a pretty decent drop goal actually on half-time, but then it was just penalties really in the second half. It was quite tense.
There you go. Newcastle Knights were defeated 14 points to 28 at home by the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
James Graham putting in good numbers again, 129 metres for Jammer.
A game I was looking forward to getting up and seeing this weekend, but alas, our Sky Dish troubles thwarted me. Perhaps fortunately so, though, as my Sharkies were beaten 14 points to 30 by a splendid Canberra Raiders side.
You missed out. This was the Josh Hodgson masterclass. He was outstanding.
I have seen the tries from this one, so I do know that he had a hand in one with a lovely kick through for Rapana.
Yeah.
I also think I've seen footage of him. He breaks the line and sort of rides a tackle and manages to stay on his knees and get the offload away. Just, very dynamic play from Josh Hodgson.
He was all over the place, and then Blake Austin went off injured,
right?
And he finished the game in the halves, but he was by far the most influential player on the pitch. Yeah, I would say.
Okay, well, we did get some fan feedback on this one. Oh, sorry.
Should we do that?
Carry on. Yeah.
Whitehead played. I don't think Whitehead was as good this week because he was so good last week that I expected more of him, and he was just steady. But Josh Hodgson, 2 try assists, 125 metres and 40 tackles. Good in all facets of the game.
Certainly is, absolutely. Okay, feedback on this one then, Alan Walker. Good to see Hodgson dominate the Skippies at Reclaim Australia Stadium. Definitely the best number 9 for England. I also loved Elliot Whitehead's whack on that Whinger Paul Gallen. Yeah, okay. Those racists in the Shire will be looking to put pommies back on the boats too. No, I don't get that one, but okay.
There must be some sort of stuff going on there that we're not aware of.
Particularly nice people in the Shire, yeah, I hope not. Okay. Brendan Loftus, although you could say that, the majority of Australia's foreign policy when it comes to immigrants is pretty racist generally, as opposed to just in, Sutherland and the Shire.
I don't know, they've got a large proportion of the population is made up of immigrants. So.
Yeah, and at the moment they're paying Papua New Guinea to house anyone that floats towards them on a boat rather than let them into Australia. So, Brendan Loftus got in touch. Dominant performance from Josh Hodgson in the NRL top of the table clash. James Maloney has been the form 6 and he seemed to be all over him. What about that breakaway try from the kickoff? Got to be England's number 9. Whitehead was good too.
He sort of man-marked Maloney for most of the game until the game was kind of done. I've got to give a lot of credit as well to Jordan Rapana. I think it's been brilliant this year.
Yeah.
For a player who's sort of come from nowhere later on in his career, it's been absolutely outstanding.
Well, that right side with Joey Leilua, is it? He plays inside, doesn't he? That's been working well for them all year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Melbourne Storm were 15 points to 14 winners over the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Mark.
Yeah, 4 Burgesses on display in this one. Best of the bunch was Sam, 175 metres, 55 tackles. He really, in a struggling Saints South side that has no confidence, he really worked his socks off to try and get something going for the mate, and they almost won. Joe Burgess had 157 metres, Tom Burgess 142. I think this was the best game I've seen from Tom this year. Obviously now he knows he's probably playing for a deal elsewhere next year. He's booking his ideas up. George played 2. He was kind of nondescript, made a big error early on in the game, but kind of came back a little bit well from that. But I'd say he was the worst Burgess on show. It was a Cam Smith drop goal out of dummy half that won the game for the Storm, but the Rabbitohs were desperately unlucky really. I think they did everything they could, considering how shit they are this year, to get within a scratch on this one.
So if Tom Burgess is playing for a new deal, can we say that he's gone full Sandow now? Given that Chris Sandow used to just play good
But Sandow's playing decent this year, and he's committed to a longer-term deal.
Prior to that, though,
there's plenty of players you
up
can label that at, though, isn't there? I suppose.
I'll give you that. Okay, Test Stinks tag from Wakey. He got in touch. He said, "Great game. I would not want to beat the South's hooker. He's got some clog to come."
Yeah, there was a penalty right at the end of the